to do is inspire change in my clients, and not just inspire the change, but inspire everyone to see that what they want and what they dream for their life is not only possible, but they're on track for it. I really want to help them find that truth within them and to bring that confidence into their own vision, right? To really feel and own that. And so I do that with a lot of different programs. I have some group coaching programs and a group that I'm running called Terrapreneurs. And I just investigate these intuitive tools and bring them to the world. So that's really me.
Awesome. And of course, you were like, for me, a no-brainer to invite to Storm and be one of the coaches, one of the facilitators there. And can you tell me what excited you about Storm?
The moment you started talking about Storm and this idea of bringing women together, men, women, I don't know if it's just a feel, but I was feeling the energy of the speakers that you were inviting into this space and this transformation that you were making possible. There's just nothing else like it. So I was invited to the deep work that's possible. I was invited to the caliber of conversation that we're going to have, the length of time we get to spend with each person, right? It's going to be an intimate enough space where I feel like I can have a connection with each person there, not just the speakers, but each attendee. It's like we're going to go on this journey together for transformation that honestly, it's been missing in so many events, and it's something that I crave personally. So to be a part of that, I was an instant yes. Yeah. I was like, yes, please, let's,
right.
let's do that.
When can this happen?
Yeah, I'm like, October, oh my gosh. Okay, well, I can start getting planned for that, but it's just like, yeah, now.
Yeah. And it obviously when I kind of had the idea, it was already storm season, so that window closes really fast, right? And it's such an important element for me and for the event,
I love that you said that, because I honestly believe that as humans, we have storm season also. So it's like you do sometimes have to wait for that season to arrive to meet you in that space of change. So I love how you were guided around this event.
Yeah. And it feels authentic, and that's something I work towards all the time. So yeah, it feels great. And I was just incredibly blessed that everybody that I spoke to, that I invited in on this, was like a heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like to copy Chantel, right? It was like a heck yeah. Like when, where, just tell me where to show up. Kind of
Absolutely.
So yeah. And like you mentioned, the deep transformation, or like the deep work, I think is something that sometimes we gloss over in some events or some experiences, right? And it's like, I know for me, there's been events or retreats that I've been at that I felt like I needed to go deeper, but it moved on, right? Totally. And it felt like a lost opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
And you always think you'll get back to it, right? You're like, oh, I'll do that at home. And you make this list of things you're going to do at home. And then you go back and you're in your schedule, in your life, and you don't do any of it.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe you implement one thing, and then that's like, you could just get a little baby step forward. So
Totally. And, Joy and her business partner, Megan, have the conscious
entrepreneur collective, and then
entrepreneur collective. I know it's a mouthful. Conscious entrepreneur leadership in my head, right? And the conscious leadership forum, right? And so I was at the conscious leadership forum, and that was one of the great things about it, was that integration time, to really let it sink in and spend some time in that moment. And it just solidified that this was the approach that I wanted to take. So
nice.
Thank you for writing that for me, at least.
If you can say the name, you can come again. That's what I say to everybody. If you can say it.
I know, right? So tell us how you're involved in Storm. What are you doing? How does it feel? Tell us all about your part.
So I get to be the wind. And
Wind.
I love it so much. The moment you said, we shared the theme, I was like, yes, the wind, because the wind to me is so about change and how we respond to it, right? The wind comes in and we can either resist it and be blown, right? The wind comes at us, or we can move with it. And we can say, okay, where is this taking me? And we can learn to navigate the wind in a way that the wind feels good and it carries us to the next thing. And I resonated with that immediately, because that's my work. It's, change is inevitable. And oftentimes we resist it, even if we want it, because we just don't know how to navigate that change. And so I want to bring some context to that conversation. I want to bring some tools and some narratives so that people feel comfortable in that change and know I can move through this. I have the tools, I have the vision, I have what I need to carry me forward. So that's, it just speaks a lot to me. So I'm really excited to participate at that level of really getting stuff stirred up from our soul, but then knowing what to, and being able to go forward with it, not just feel the stirred up.
Right. Yeah. And are you bringing your tarot cards with you?
I always have my tarot cards with me. So if you bump into me anywhere, always have cards. I am bringing
pull a card.
Oh my God. I'm going to totally pull a card. Ooh, cards are flying on the floor. I literally have cards. But I love the wind, it just blows it and you just go with it, right?
Yeah.
But I'll have cards, and I'll also be bringing a technique that I use with a lot of clients, which is a way of what I call conscious mirroring. And conscious mirroring shows up in tarot. So it shows up in all those things, but a way to really see ourselves, right? And something that can be very tangible we can do together. And I love that I'll have the opportunity to work with each individual to show them, right? To show them their, to reflect back what's pulling them. The wind is always moving us towards something, which I really love. So just thinking about a card for our event. And I love that look at, you're going to love this. It looks like a woman in the wind.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
And totally represents, right, what we're talking about, because the world is, you have what you need. You already have within you the seed of everything that you need to carry your vision to the world. You were born with it. And so now you just have to align with the resources and the people and the tools, and talk about the people at this event, like people who are ready to dive into this. Resources in this room will be unreal. Like the people you look at and the people who are speaking, like to be in that caliber of women, I'm just so I'm so excited to be hanging out with each of them.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be a magical energy.
Yeah, totally.
And what I imagine to be that, like even if you were to think of like in the past, like a coven of women, that's to me how it feels, right? And just so powerful, and the energy, like even in the picture of the card you pulled, it's like these circles of spiral, and
like the vibration that like we think about raising our vibration, right? Like this is a topic we're all talking about this. We want to elevate, and we want to rise up into that. And I feel like that is happening with what you're bringing together. I actually have goosebumps all over right now just talking about it, just feeling the energy of that. It's definitely one of the highlights of my year ahead is this event. So that feels really good.
It like I have never stayed at the Black Rock Resort, but I've spent time in that part of the world, and I'm promised that it is one of the most amazing, picturesque resorts in BC.
It looks extraordinary. Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, why would we not go there?
Right. Thank you. Yes.
Right?
Why would we not?
Yeah. And so, like for anybody who's watching, Joy and I are going to be on the island in April, and I hope to zoom on over there and check it out. And
we should Zoom while we're there.
Right?
Like do a Facebook Live and show everybody, because it really is.
Totally, right?
I love the island so much. So I think what a space if people haven't experienced that.
It'll be like we're on location.
Oh, fun. I love that.
Awesome. So who do you feel like, who are you calling into this event? Who do you feel is that one person that needs to be there?
Yeah, I think about that woman who is ready. She's feeling stirred up, right? She's feeling like there are things that she came here to do. There's a vision, there's something pulling her. And for whatever reason, just not sure how to let it all out. What's stopping me? How can I get there? I know that I have vision and I know that I can do this. Somehow I just know. But the reason why it's not getting out to the world, that's the piece I don't get. And I feel like she's eager and hungry and willing to do whatever it takes. And I've been there many times in my life in that place where it's like, I know this next thing is there and I'm so hungry to understand it that I will do whatever it takes because I want to break through. And I know that that person waiting for me on the other side of that is ready for my message. So I've got to do this work. It's now. It is now. And so that woman is coming. That woman is coming into the space to really release that inner visionary, that inner leader, that whatever that is, that's something that wants to be born. And we're like helping. We are here to help these visions, these ideas to come out, to not be afraid. Right? To just let them release and create that safe space for them. You know, this beautiful location, the incredible support team that will be available, the beautiful conversations, the other women who are just as hungry and dedicated to their purpose, those who want to be in that space, that energy, they want others who will lift them up and we can go together. That to me is the woman that is ready for this.
Yeah, I agree. And I was talking to my friend and client James this week, and he was like looking at the event online and just asked me a few questions about it, and he's like, I feel like these women that you have that are coaching through this retreat they're visionary partners, right? Like he always refers to me as his visionary partner, but it's like they are all visionary partners for you and for the people who are there, right? And for me, providing people with the tools and the circle of support and the circle of awesomeness that happens is like one of the most key things, right?
Yeah. I love that. I love that description, and I love that phrase, the visionary partnership. I think that really speaks to what's happening in the world, but what's happening in this space. Like,
right? Like, when you have a client and you get their vision, it's like, I'm there with you. It's not my vision. It's very, very compartmentalized. It's not my vision, but I am right beside you. I totally get it, right? Yeah. It's not something I could bring out into the world, but I will like run alongside you. Like Jackie McDonald refers to it as your spiritual running buddy kind of thing.
Yes.
Like, I'm there. Let's keep going.
And together we pull it out of each other.
Yeah.
And we see each other, really. I mean, that's the gift, is to be able to see. I mean, I love when I'm able to see the vision that you have, and vice versa. When you see it in me, that moves me forward in my business. That is definitely my connections, my relationships with you and with the other women in my circle. It's like, without that, I would not move forward. I think that's truly one of the secrets.
And because not everybody sees you. Do you know what I mean? Right? Like, there's very few people who see me for what I am, right? And you're one of them. Some of the other people at Storm are a few of them, but there's not a lot of people who really see it. And so when you find those people, it's like, hold on tight.
Don't go.
Go.
Totally.
Awesome. So you mentioned like, that woman who is there, they're ready. they can't see beyond that. Like they're ready to go and they just can't see beyond that, which I totally identify, especially right now in, you know, my development and stuff. I feel that absolutely. And I've felt it in the past. And I feel like, as Erin says, it's a journey. There's never arrival. It's always a journey. And you've told me time and time again, it's another layer. Right? So yeah. So what do you feel people will come away with when they leave?
I honestly feel like there's going to be this like a stronger sense of personal vision. So oftentimes when I hit this place, and you know, I'm speaking for myself too, it's where there's always this navigation, right? And having that sense of, okay, I see how I can begin bringing this into the world now. Before it was this big vision and this thing that wanted to come out, and now I see the path ahead. And I may not see very far, but I will see the pieces I need next. And that has extraordinary value, because I believe that after this retreat, this beautiful experience, the women there will leave feeling like, I know what to do next. And not only know what to do next, but have that inner strength and the courage and the confidence to implement it, to not hem and haw about it, but to say, you know what, I can do this because I saw at Storm what I can do and what I'm capable of. And we need to see that for ourselves and in the eyes of others, and they're getting both. So that takeaway is, goosebumps again, because that's a takeaway that is not easy to cultivate, and you're cultivating that space. We all are. We're co-cultivating.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, I completely agree. I just, you know, it's like when I think about, or when I not think about even, when I see the growth of people following, like in the months after your forum, you know, I see bits and pieces online of people stepping up and stepping out, and it's like, oh, it's amazing, right?
I don't know, it's like my whole heart just explodes when I see somebody go live or launch something for the first time, or be willing to be seen and just let their vision, like, it's like all out on the table for everybody. That lights me up so much. So yeah.
And you know, like, just as an example, I met Crystal Hansen at your event, and we got along great, because obviously we would, and seeing the steps she's made after that.
Yeah.
And today I sent her a little message saying, you know, I watched your video last night, and like, holy moly, sister, you are awesome. Right? And
it's so amazing to be just a little part of, just like, it's almost like you just kind of get to watch. You get a front row seat of knowing, like, we know what it took for her to make those changes and to step up. And
yeah.
It's so amazing.
Like, people don't see the growth.
Yeah.
In themselves usually.
Because she makes it look easy, right? And that's what everybody always says. Oh, it's just so easy for her. No, it wasn't. Right?
Yeah. No.
It wasn't. And we need more of that. We need to see that we can get out there and do it. And people will say it looks so easy for you. And it's because we did the work, right?
Oh yeah. And there's so much work, right? Like, yeah. But it's good work. It feels good. It's not like, you know, it's not all tears. There's some tears. Sometimes there's tears, but it's not all tears. There's a lot of laughter and a lot of hugging, and
feels like a really hard puzzle.
Right? Just want to figure it out.
Right. Just give me the answers. I just want the answers.
Right? So
yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your day to talk to me about Storm and share everything that you're bringing to the world and to that event and to people. And I'm really excited, obviously, to spend time with you. I'm blessed that I get to spend time with Joy here.
I feel the same way.
But to bring you to everybody else is just, it's just so awesome.
Thank you.
You know, I refer to you as my little secret weapon. Like, I gotta pull you out of my pocket. Like, hang on, I got my secret weapon, Joy. So yeah.
Thank you for seeing me that way.
Yeah. It's awesome. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and for, you know, just giving us your time. If you know someone that this message needs to reach, send it to them, because as I say always, there's one person there that this will change their life, and that's the only person we're trying to reach. It's not the masses, it's that one. Right. So yeah, thank you very much. Yay. Bye.